So it's live. Everything's rolling. I can see the the audio board on that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So it's going to hear everything everybody's saying. So your login is just Matti, and then it's !123 Georgetown with a capital G.
Got it.
Cool. So you have full administrative access just like we do. The one thing that I am going to change here in just a few minutes, just because I just got back to the office too, is setting it up to where you'll get the emails. If you're on a GoDaddy email server, they use some kind of antiquated equipment, and it actually blocks these automated messages from coming from a website like this.
So I guess it was working when we were using her other address, maybe.
Yeah, it would work on your other email address if it's not going through GoDaddy, but like, for example,
because that one that I sent out today came through. That was the only one. That's weird.
But Justin did one that Billy Bob.
Justin did one that Billy Bob, and that didn't come through.
Right.
So
None
that's
of those others that you forwarded me to come through. That one actually would have been kind of important.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, oh my gosh.
It's okay. It's all figured out now. That was part of why I said the whole curl up and up
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
We some of our buddies on an insurance agency, and they make payments that are typically in between $500,000 and $2 million.
Oh, crap.
And they had one of those phishing wire frauds go, and they had their insurer call them. This was about 6 months ago, and they were like, "We noticed that your last 2 months of payments haven't come in, and we've never seen that before."
Oh my God.
And they wired out $1.5 million to one of those phishing deals, and they can't get it back.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this was a few less zeros, but still painful. Holy crap.
Yeah, we were just like, ugh, it was the worst. So wow. I'm familiar. Those campaigns are horrible. What would you like to know? That would be the first question. What would you like us to go through?
Okay, so the only comment I've gotten so far is on the mobile.
Mm-hmm.
The third picture, they want to get rid of that and replace it with something else.
This right here?
No,
like on the thing that instead of the slider.
Okay, cool. So if you downsize your window, you'll see that we have this actually set to go in. So right now, it'll show video if you have a widescreen, but if you go to a small screen, it'll have these, right?
Okay, gotcha.
And so,
so I guess the third one.
So it would be 1, 2, 3. It would be as soon as it'll change for me. I don't know why it's not changing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the edit. Pause it. But up at the top, when you're logged in, see how I get this black bar? So that's got me logged in here. The way that I like to navigate to pages, so if I wanted to edit the home page, I would just go to the home page, and then you see it says edit front page right here. So you're going to click on that.
As long as you're logged in.
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha.
And then you'll see here, like everything about this website is now built to where it's going to be just literally like almost like a Facebook page. There's no coding that you have to know or anything like that. You'll see that it has 2 of these sliders, these full width easy sliders, right? One of these sliders is the images, right? So these are the 3 images that we see on mobile.
Gotcha.
And the other then is going to be the videos that are pulling in. These videos, if you click on them, you can put an image that would fall back onto that image. We have these set to where they won't show up on a small screen, so that's why we don't have a fallback image set here.
Okay.
And I mean, you would never need to do that, but just in case you were to change it or delete it or whatever. The other thing is we're backing up your site every night at 3 in the morning. So let's say that you come in here and you just, I don't know, you just deleted a bunch of stuff by accident. All you got to do is just send us an email, and we can have it restored within typically 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
Other thing is, so like let's say that I was looking here at this full width easy slider, you were thinking about changing it, and you accidentally clicked this X, and you made it go away. It's no big deal. Up here you have these 2 arrows. So if I clicked the back arrow right here, it's just going to bring back, it's just like an undo.
Okay.
So you have both redo and undo.
Gotcha.
That comes in really handy. So if I wanted to go ahead and like fully get rid of this image, I could just click this X and it's just going to delete it.
If you want to change it.
If you want to change it, you can just go ahead and click on it. And then you click change image and literally just upload a new image.
Oh, that's easy.
Everything about this website is like that. Like it is so easy and so fast once it's done to be able to make changes onto the site.
Cool.
You'll see here that it says the featured image is 1500 by 630. So long that you made the image 1500 by 630, you're going to get absolutely no change in the mobile version. The reason I would recommend.
So I need to crop it to be that size before I upload it.
Yes, ma'am. I would recommend that. And then also this website, if you go to tinypng.com, this is a great tool to use because any web image that you make and you load into here, it's going to compress that image. Typically, it's going to save you about 80% of the size of that image, even if you're making it with like Photoshop or something. We really encourage you to do that because Google rates your page on how friendly the site is to mobile. So the smaller we can keep those images, especially the ones that we're being forced to load over mobile, the better it's going to be for us to be able to rank your site.
Gotcha.
And so because we're doing a number of things to make, like, even though you just see this homepage here, we have one for Georgetown, right?
Yeah.
So if you go to grandendeavor.com/Georgetown, you'll see it pulls up Georgetown Custom Home Builder.
Oh, I think this is one of the blog posts.
Right? And so, okay, this actually is a blog post, but we're making, and you may notice at some points, like, please never delete pages if you see a bunch of different pages that are created similarly, because we're making a whole bunch of content on the back end that is not forward facing on the front of the website that we're then using to help seed the site on Google.
Gotcha.
So if you ever see that, you can understand why that's there now. But basically, any changes that you'd like to make should be very, very simple to make, and we'd be happy to teach you how to do anything on here. So.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it seems pretty easy. I'm sure I can figure it out. It's just going to be a matter of if I go to do something and can't figure it out.
It's like for instance, you said you have to make changes to Highland Oaks plat map.
Well,
so we can click on that, and then it's just a matter of editing the page. And
so what do you need to change on here?
Well, I'll just have to replace that, every time we get a sale or whatever.
Okay. So the way that you would replace this, it's really easy. Once you're on the page, it's the same way. So you can go up here to edit page. And then if you scroll down, here's the image, right? So all you're going to do is click on that image and literally just hit this X, right? And then go to insert image.
Does it matter what size that is, or is it going to just...
It's not going to matter what size. Well, let me see here. Let's just go to the page. So long it was the same width, it's going to look exactly like this, or the same height, it's going to look like this. If you changed the height, it would change the height here, but it is going to force it. Like if I go to a wider screen, it's going to stay the same. So the way that you could see is you can literally drag this image off onto your desktop. And let's see here. I could go to get info. And so it's going to tell me that image is 837 by 396. So typically if I was going to, let's say I was going to change this image out, do you use Photoshop or what do you use for images?
Yeah, Photoshop.
Okay, so I would just encourage you to drag that onto your desktop, and then you could go here and go to open with Photoshop. And this is just the method that I use when I'm changing images. And I'm on a 5K screen, so this looks really tiny. But I would just go ahead and place the image on top of this one and save it, and it'll be the exact same size.
Got it.
Cool. And then once I got done with that, if you notice, this image is like, I think it's, let's see here, get info. Yeah, 70 kilobits, right? So typically an image would be a lot larger than this, but every single image that we've put on the website, we've gone and we've greatly crunched down because we want this website to score as high as possible with Google. So if you could keep doing that, that would be great because that will be helpful to us as we're continuing to get you guys up in the ranks.
Okay.
But if you don't, we'll actually notice, we'll take the images off the website and
And fix 'em.
re-upload them so that they're tiny.
Okay, that seems silly. Yeah, I will use that little tiny panda thing.
Okay, yeah, and I'll send you this link in an email as soon as we get done here.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you think you might want to know how to do?
I mean, not off the top of my head. It's just
Okay.
I'm sure things will come up, but I can probably figure it out.
Well, as they do, don't worry about emailing us and asking us for help. We're always totally happy to help you change anything because it is normally pretty painless to do, and we'll always be happy to teach you how to do anything too. So just let us know.
Cool.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess that was a lot easier than I was expecting. I'm going to go ahead and stop this so that we don't have a bunch of stuff recorded on here. And